If you've ever felt instantly happier or, more energized just by putting on a specific song, you already get it. Music is powerful.
Oh, absolutely. But it's not just entertainment. It's actually a biological thing.
Right. It's a full body and full brain experience.
Mm.
It literally changes how you feel, how you learn.
And even the physical structure of your brain. And that's really our mission here, to get past just enjoying a song and really unpack how it all works.
We're talking science, history.
And even where sound is going in the future, especially in things like medicine. It's so much more than just noise.
Okay, so let's get into it. When your favorite song comes on, what is actually happening inside your head? It sounds like chaos.
It's more like a perfectly coordinated dance, a neurological juggling act.
Juggling what exactly?
Well, you've got the temporal lobe processing the rhythm and the pitch. At the exact same time, your frontal lobe is handling the emotional response.
So it's the thinking part and the feeling part firing all at once.
Instantly.
Yeah.
And that's when you get the payoff, the chemical reward.
Ah, dopamine.
Precisely. The brain releases dopamine when it hears a pattern it recognizes and loves. That's the chemical that gives you that shiver down your spine, that intense pleasure.
So our brains are rewarding us for listening to music.
It seems like we're wired for it from the very beginning. I mean, studies show that even infants prefer harmonious sounds over just, random discordant noise.
So we're born to seek out musical patterns.
It seems that way. And if just listening is a workout, then actually playing an instrument is like a total renovation of the brain.
You mean it physically changes things? I read something about white matter.
Yeah, that's right. Playing an instrument can actually increase the density of white matter in your brain.
And what does that do?
Think of white matter as the brain's fiber optic cables. More density means faster, more efficient communication between different brain regions.
Especially between the two halves of the brain, right?
Exactly. Playing music is one of the few things that forces the left and right hemispheres to work together in perfect sync.
Because you're reading the notes, moving your fingers, and listening to the sound all at the same time.
It's an incredible workout. Motor skills, hearing, sight, it all has to come together.
And it has to have effects outside of just music.
Oh, huge effects. It builds patience. You can't master a complex piece in a day. It helps with long-term goal setting. And we consistently see a link to better skills in subjects like math and spatial reasoning.
It's not an accident, is it? The skills seem to transfer.
Right. If you can track multiple rhythms in a piece of music, your brain gets better at tracking multiple variables in an algebra problem. Plus, it's a huge boost for your memory.
Of course, you have to memorize entire compositions.
And that cognitive strength can help protect against mental decline later in life.
But even for those of us who just listen, music is this amazing tool for, managing our feelings every day.
We all do it. You put on a fast, upbeat song to get motivated for a workout.
Or something slow and quiet to chill out after a stressful day.
And it's not just in your head. The rhythm of a song can actually help regulate your heart rate and your breathing. If you're feeling panicked, a slow, steady beat can physically calm your body down.
Which explains the whole lo-fi beats thing for studying.
Exactly. It's a way to use sound to keep your brain focused. The music is interesting enough to hold your attention, but predictable enough that it won't distract you. It's like a shield against other random noises.
So we've established our brains are built for rhythm. But what is sound physically? Let's get back to basics.
At its core, everything you hear is just vibration. An object vibrates, it creates pressure waves in the air, and those waves travel to your eardrum.
Simple enough. So how do those vibrations turn into different notes?
That's all about frequency, how fast the wave is vibrating. A high frequency gives you a high-pitched sound like a flute.
And a low frequency is a deep bass sound.
Exactly. The other part of the equation is amplitude, which is the height of the wave. That determines the volume, which we measure in decibels.
And this is where it gets really cool, because the music itself isn't random. It's based on math.
It's all ratios. An octave, for example, is a perfect 2-to-1 frequency ratio. One note is vibrating exactly twice as fast as the one an octave below it.
Even time signatures on sheet music are literally just fractions telling you how to structure the rhythm.
It's a mathematical language, which is probably why it's so universal.
Okay, so let's talk about the tools. We obviously didn't start with electric guitars.
Not at all. Early humans were making flutes out of bird bones, using hollow logs for drums. The drive to make music is ancient.
And then technology starts to really change things. The piano, for instance.
The piano was revolutionary in the 18th century because, for the first time, you could control the volume just with your touch. Playing loud or soft, that was a huge deal.
And then, a couple centuries later, Amplification, the electric guitar.
Which didn't just make music louder, it totally reshaped culture. It powered entire genres, from blues to rock and roll.
And now we have digital synthesizers that can create any sound imaginable.
But those early instruments were so connected to their environment, cultures used local materials. That's why a sitar from India sounds the way it does, or why brass instruments developed the way they did. It was all based on what was available.
So let's zoom out from the individual brain to the group. Music seems to be one of our best tools for building community.
It absolutely is. And the biology crosses over into the social. When you sing in a choir, for example, everyone has to sync up their breathing and pitch.
And that does something chemically.
It does. That synchronization triggers a release of oxytocin.
Good trust hormone.
Yeah, it literally makes us feel more bonded and empathetic with the people around us.
You see that on a huge scale, too, like with national anthems creating this instant sense of unity.
Or at a concert where thousands of strangers are all feeling the exact same emotion at the exact same time. It creates this powerful shared memory.
And even on a smaller scale, like when teenagers use music to find their friends.
Right. Your favorite band becomes a badge of identity. It says, I belong to this group, we share these values.
Music also acts as a kind of mirror for a culture's history.
A very vivid one. Folk songs passed down for generations are basically oral histories telling stories of struggle and victory.
And you see how certain genres just define a moment in time, like jazz.
Jazz was so much more than music. It came from African American communities and became this global symbol of creativity and freedom.
Or hip-hop, which has influenced everything from fashion to language all over the world.
And the instruments themselves become these powerful symbols of national pride.
Like the bagpipes in Scotland or the sitar in India.
Exactly. They represent a culture's heritage, which is why they are often protected and preserved so carefully. You know, the technology of how we make and listen to music has changed more in the last 20 years than maybe the 200 before that.
I believe it. We went from phonographs recording on wax cylinders with no editing.
To magnetic tape, where you could literally cut and splice recordings together.
But now, anyone with a laptop can have a recording studio. Things like GarageBand, these digital audio workstations, or DJWs.
They've completely democratized it. You can have software that simulates the acoustics of a famous concert hall. Auto-tune is just a standard tool now.
And the internet means you can collaborate with someone on the other side of the world in real time.
It's incredible. And all that technology powers a massive global industry. It's not just the artists. It's millions of jobs producers, engineers, marketers.
And the money is shifted, too. We went from buying CDs.
But it's streaming. Now it's all about volume. Artists get paid tiny fractions of a cent per stream, so royalties from services like Spotify or from public play in a restaurant are everything.
It's a completely different model.
And beyond the business, music is becoming a really serious part of healthcare.
Music therapy, right. That's a recognized profession now.
A clinical profession. We're seeing calm music used to lower blood pressure before surgery, which can actually reduce the amount of pain medication a patient needs afterward.
It's not just about calming you down, though.
Yeah.
It's physical.
Oh, yeah. There's something called rhythmic auditory stimulation. It uses a strong, steady beat to help stroke victims literally retrain their brains to walk with a steady gait.
Wow.
And for elderly patients with memory loss, hearing a song from their youth can trigger these incredibly vivid memories. It's a powerful tool for reconnection.
So, looking forward, what's next? What does the future of sound look like?
Well, we're already seeing things like virtual reality concerts.
Where you feel like you're on stage with the band.
Right, and augmented reality apps that can project finger positions onto a guitar to teach you how to play.
So it's getting way more personal.
Extremely personal. The next step is probably music generated by AI in real time, just for you. It could match your heart rate or your mood to help you focus or relax.
That brings up a huge question, though. If an AI writes a hit song, who owns it?
And that's the debate that's just getting started. It challenges our whole idea of what creativity even is.
So no matter what the technology is, a bird bone flute or a personal AI, it seems like that basic human need for melody and rhythm isn't going anywhere.
Never. It's core to who we are. So the challenge for you is to think about how the music that doesn't even exist yet, made by AI or from some new global fusion, is going to end up shaping who you are in the next decade.
Thanks for diving in with us. See you next time.